Yo, what's good, guys? I'm so pissed off right now. So I recorded and watched this episode, and as I go to upload it onto my computer to edit it, I realized that my screen was recording a black screen the whole time. I wasn't even recording the monitor that the episode is playing on. I'm so fucking pissed off. So I'm just like, you know what? Let's just run through the episode really quickly, alright? So, I even looked up how to say this guy's name. How do you say it again? Is it Kaisha? Yeah, Kaisha, right? So I was kind of mentioning that it looks like he can kind of fight, right? He came out on the field with a sword. It's cutting people down. Is he as good as Shin? Is he as good as Kanki? Is he as good as, Mogu? Probably not, but I even went and got my food and stuff ready to just sit here and edit while I eat. So I don't think he's that good. Right? But we don't know that. We don't know that necessarily. Right? So we skipped through the episode. I watched the intro. I watched like half of it. And then I started seeing scenes of like what is to maybe come. And I stopped watching it. Right? So here they start talking about Kaisha and how he's like a spider trapping people in his web, right? And he does look like a freaking, the way they draw his character, he almost looks like a spider. Here these guys are just getting cooked, these guys are getting starched, they're getting pincered basically from, so where they thought they were going to get reinforcements from, all the reinforcements are gone and they're getting actually attacked by the army, by the Zhao army, right? But this guy comes and reports that they realize that, and they end up making a call, right? He sees what's going on, right? But again, obviously don't underestimate, Kanki and his squad. So they end up making this call to use this whistle that they both have. Here it is. So his is different from the other guys, right? But together it makes this sound. It's kind of crazy. And when they hear that, when all the soldiers hear that, it just means scatter. Literally run. Every man for himself. So they literally just book it. Look at this. Everyone just scatters, right? And the army's like, the Shah army's like, what the f... right? They run. This guy starts laughing at them. But the thing is, the way they're running and the nature of the way they're doing it, it's every man for himself. There's no rear guard. There's no people defending the rear, defending the officers. So there's no like trail. There's no one there's no trail basically. Because obviously if there's a rear guard, you're going to have to like fight the rear guard. And then the rear guard is slowly retreating as they're fighting. So you're going to be able to just follow the rear guard and get to the rest of the army, right? But that's not the case. They're all literally just running. Every man for themselves. It's crazy too because like there's some of the guys that are running away, a lot of them are like running on all fours like dogs and stuff. It's it's cooked, but I guess they're just that animalistic or brutal, right? This guy reminds me of somebody from a different anime that I've watched before and I can't think of it in my head right now. I'm gonna keep trying to throughout the day. I'm gonna keep thinking about it and see if I can remember, but so we go from there. They're all running. See what I'm saying? Look at these guys on all fours, right? Run, running away. Eventually he explains that we can't even track them. There's no rear guard we could trace forward, lost sight of them, etc. But these guys are like, we're not going down without at least taking out or doing some type of damage. So they end up making it to the enemy, one of their camps, I guess, and they set it ablaze. Right here. I like the animation on this. So this whole scene right here looks sick. Like the sun setting, the purplish, orangish haze to the sky. Like this scene looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Took them out. While saying like these guys are crazy, setting a fire like that in a forest, a dense forest, is just gonna spread like wildfire. But I guess maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's really damp. I don't know. Right? I don't know. But I was kind of thinking that in my head. So we move forward to her kind of predicting that they're going to attack in the nighttime. So she sets up night defenses, sentries and whatnot. And then a messenger comes from Kanki's camp, basically tells Shin to reprimand Shin, essentially, right? They kind of mentioned that Kyokai's behind front enemy lines, but this is also an opportunity for her to maybe actually do some damage. That's what I was thinking in my head, and that's kind of what ends up happening. But the way it happens, I was just pissed off. I was annoyed by the way they played that whole scene out. So this guy, okay, we're here first. So she's explaining to them where we are, right? We're behind enemy lines. This is Zhao. They're somewhere right around here or here, and then that's our army, right? Well, she ends up deciding to come up with this plan to try to attack the enemy at night and try to take one of the commander's heads. And all of these guys are like against it, but eventually she ends up convincing them. So this is the funny part. This guy, your incredible first day blunder has earned you a beheading. I look at everyone's reactions. And Shin is just like, what? And then he ends up bantering with the guy, basically saying like, you know, we're gonna take your arm instead, your head instead. Like, watch right here. So he says he's gonna take an arm instead, right? And then he goes in. Skip forward. They go back and forth a bit. This guy that we did the soldier swap with ends up taking responsibility for, you know, the losses. And Shin ends up saying like, oh, we should go dig a ditch and throw the messenger in there and say the messenger never arrives, but obviously he's not gonna go do that as well, right? The night raid happens, but they're prepared, so there's no worries. And these guys kind of talk, and they're predicting that Kyokai might try to do something rash, right? With the fact that she's behind enemy lines and no one knows she's there. The enemy does not know she's there. Skip forward a little bit. This is when they try to talk her out of it, but she ends up, you know, stealing her resolve, explaining to them why she's going to do it. And yeah, she goes on by herself on her lonesome. Now, this is where I just got absolutely pissed off with the episode. She shows up. This guy's very intuitive, by the way. She shows up, moving super stealthy, by the way. Like, the way she kills this guy is crazy right here. Just right here. Just crazy, right? She makes it here, and this guy senses her, and he's like, "Who's there?" Right now, from right here, she is just supposed to literally lunge at this guy and attack. But look at all of this dialogue she has with this guy. Look at all this. Still talking. She was gonna lunge at him. He asked her a question. She stopped. Still talking. Still talking. Still talking. Still talking. Still talking. So meanwhile, instead of this being a surprise attack, catching this guy off guard, she's giving him ample time to think, to get his mind together, steal his resolve, mount a defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of realize like who he's maybe dealing with, because that's what happened in the episode. He ended up realizing like, oh, he remembered hearing about a female lieutenant who used, you know, very weird techniques, right? So still talking to him. Still talking to him. And I'm at this point I'm pissed off. Still talking to him. Still talking to him. You get the point, right? You're probably even getting annoyed listening to me saying still talking to him. Still talking to him. And I'm like, it's I don't know what to say. I'm like, it's a woman. That's what I said. It's a woman. That's why. You know? But still talking to him. And then right here, through their talking, I'm sure that's when he came up with this plan. He uses his sword to knock down this little torch right here. Right? It falls, notifies everyone that, oh, clearly something's off with this camp. All right, something's happening. They're gonna go check on him. So all of these soldiers rush now to help this guy. So this right here was crazy. She sees this line set up. My question is, did he set this up the whole time she was talking and he was distracting her, or was this set up beforehand? Right? And then it begs the question, if she had rushed at him as soon as she got there, would she have noticed it? She probably still would have noticed it, but then it's like, did he set that up while he was talking with her, and she didn't even realize, like she didn't even notice he was doing it, right? Because she's just distracted, answering his questions, thinking about the questions he's asking her. But she barely skates away from that. He actually ends up getting a hit on her, and then she gets a hit back right there, and she falls to the forest. Look how far this fall is. She gets him again, by the way. Look how far this fall is. And then all the soldiers come. So like, bro, at this point I'm just pissed off. Like, it should not have played out like that at all. She talked to the guy for like a good 2-3 minutes is what it felt like, right? And I understand, you know, I knew this guy wasn't gonna die that simply. He seemed to be too important of a character to just go out that fast. But I mean, I don't know. I guess they probably wrote it in this way because they want us to be mad. I don't know. I don't think so necessarily, though. I think they just wanted to kind of give this guy some character development, because he was kind of mentioning, like, you know, would you fight for something that you love? Would you die for something that you love? Etc., etc. And he was kind of mentioning how our army cannot get past Haeyoung or whatever. Maybe because his family, you know, resides there, right? So, but still, it's just the way it played out. It just ruined the episode for me. I'm not gonna lie. It ruined the episode for me. It just pissed me off. But it is what it is. That's not gonna, you know, taint the whole season. She gets away, sort of. Now they know she's here, because she didn't just make a sneak attack, kill the commander, take his head, and leave. The army knows now, so now they're gonna all be after her. So it's now even gonna be harder for them to escape. And she's hurt. I don't know what this is supposed to symbolize, that this came with her. I'm not too sure. Maybe it has something to do with his kids. Maybe it has something to do with she's going to return this to him at some point. Maybe it's to say that they're now tethered together and she's going to be the one to kill him. We don't know. And the episode basically kind of ends there. And I'm just pissed off. Double pissed off. Double pissed off by this scene, and then pissed off by the fact that the whole episode did not record. All I recorded was a black screen. So, but yeah, that is episode 3. Episode 4 is called A Lieutenant's Responsibility. So I'm assuming that we're going to go right back to her and the events with her. But we're not going to watch it right now. We're going to watch it later today. Alright, so that's it for now. ATG Reacts, I am out. Let me know how you guys felt about that scene too. Like, do you feel the same way? Does it bother you at all, or is it just like you're just like it's part of the story? You know, it's there for a reason, right? It's like people yelling out their attack before they do their attack. You know, anyways, I'm out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.